So one of the things that I've been happy about with this little location is the ability to cook more for my family. Tonight we're going to have Indian for dinner, and I'm going to make Roti, which is an Indian flatbread, kind of sort of like naan but different. Now, traditionally you would use a whole wheat flour. There's a particular kind of Indian flour that you would use, but I'm making a perfectly acceptable one using easy to find ingredients at your local grocery store. This is self-rising flour. It already has baking soda and salt added into it. You can find out conversion recipes online if you don't already have it, to turn your regular all-purpose flour into self-rising flour. But roti actually only requires 2 ingredients. It's 2.5 cups of self-rising flour and 2 tablespoons of oil. And this is going to be all of my flour. Sadness. You could also substitute in 1/2 cup of whole wheat flour or whole wheat pastry flour if that's something that you have, to get that kind of whole wheat flavor that traditional roti has. So it's 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. And then you just add that in there, and then 1 cup of warm water. Just warm tap water. Have you guys been cooking? I know some of you told me that you've been cooking more. I find that I've been eating more and wanting more junk food. My kids have been baking for me, which is kind of nice. We've had cake and brownies. My husband made sugar cookies for us. I'm enjoying that. Super easy dough, just comes together like nothing. One of the things that you can do if you add the water a little bit slower, I threw it all in at once, but if you add it in slower, it kind of, if you see, kind of is craggy in here, and pouring it in slower kind of would have stopped it from getting quite so craggy. You can always just get your hands in there and start working it, and that I find is usually the best option.
Wash your hands first.
Yes, definitely wash your hands first. And I did wash my hands right before I started cooking, I promise you guys. Do we need to do a tutorial on washing hands? Probably not. You guys already know how to wash your hands, right? I sing happy birthday twice to make sure that I'm washing my hands long enough. Yes. There's a cat. That is Mr. Binks. Mr. Binks, we got him 2 weeks after we had put our cat of 18 years down. So maybe it was a little bit too soon for us to be getting another cat, but I was sad. And you make kind of bad decisions when you're sad.
Oh, so he's a bad decision now?
Well, he's a very good kitten, but I don't actually like kittens. So
I think the bad decision was wearing your nice blouse while working with flour.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't put my hot mama apron on. I definitely should have.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't noticed, my daughter Madeline, say hi.
Hello.
She is filming for me because I don't actually own a tripod. So we're hoping that this video comes out halfway decent. All right, so I did add a little bit of extra water, and it's actually kind of a little bit too sticky, but it'll be fine. The dough has come together quite nicely. And
why don't you tell them what you're basing this off of?
What do you mean? I told you it's roti.
No, what you're basing the video off of, why you decided to do it and stuff.
Oh. Well, we decided that we were going to do a series of self-care. And I do find making bread to be very relaxing. One of my favorite Food Network people, Alton Brown, he's been doing weekly videos where he and his wife cook in their house in Atlanta. They call it Quarantine Kitchen. Alton Brown does the Food Network shows Good Eats. And he's also done one Cutthroat Kitchen and Worst Cooks in America. He's been on a lot of Food Network stuff. My mom, interestingly enough, she cooked quite a bit, but she never wanted to cook with us kids. This is just plain all-purpose flour. So I didn't learn to cook from my mom. I got to college not really knowing how to cook, and I wasn't in a traditional dorm. I was in an apartment style to save a little money, but that meant that I had to learn how to cook. So I learned it from watching the Food Network, Alton Brown's Good Eats, and The Barefoot Contessa were the shows that taught me the most how to cook. And I had a couple of vegan cookbooks. This is why I tell you guys to save your money, because nobody wants to be the guinea pig who's eating the food that a girl learning to cook vegan food is making. But I had friends who spent all of their money at the beginning of the quarter and had nothing left at the end of the quarter. So I would feed them the food that I was trying out. It was not always good. But if you put practice into it, people will become quite good at cooking. There's definitely been quite a few recipes that I've made over the years where I spent hours making something and had to end up tossing it at the very end and ordering pizza. My poor husband can attest. I tried to make seitan from scratch before. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. And I spent a lot of time and effort on that. Okay, so here's our dough. It's soft, it's pliable, it's not sticking to my hands anymore. Okay? So what we're gonna do is sit it down here in the bowl and let it sit for about 10 minutes. Actually, I'm gonna knead this a little bit first. So you can do your kneading right on your counter as long as it's clean. I happen to have one of these handy dandy little mats. Sprinkle a little flour down.
Yeah, but the new floor just opened.
Do you guys know how to knead dough? Push it away with your fists, pull it back, turn it.
Oh wait, yeah, it's all screwed. Sorry. Sorry. That was my fault. Yes, it's all screwed.
Maddie, do you like to knead dough? They can't see you nod your head, sweetheart.
That's why I'm nodding the camera.
Oh, okay.
Why is this screwed?
Yeah, kneading dough is really relaxing to me.
No, we're here.
I like this music. Sounds like it belongs in a video game.
I had Jordan find us fair use classical music to put in the background. You can hear Nick playing. He's playing Sea of Thieves. Do you guys play Sea of Thieves? He enjoys it quite a bit. I am not a fan, but I'm very excited playing Animal Crossing. Are any of you guys playing Animal Crossing right now? That's what I've been interested in lately. Okay, my dough's good. I'm gonna let this here for 10 minutes. So I'll see you guys in 10 minutes. All right guys, we're back. My dough just had time to set. I used those 10 minutes to break down a cauliflower head and get that roasted in the oven. I'll get the next part of our dinner, our masala, done after that. Make sure everything you use is clean. Rolling pin had a little bit of, I don't know. We're good. So you're just gonna roll this out into a circle. Move your dough to keep it from sticking. You want this about 1/4 of an inch thick, so pretty thin.
Did you do the fair Xbox players?
When your dough, if your dough sticks like mine's doing right now, flour. You know, my mom didn't actually teach me how to make cheese sauce until I was in college. I tried making it once when I was a kid. My brother was hungry and I was gonna make homemade mac and cheese for him. I was probably like 12, 13. My parents were out and I was trying to feed him. And I boiled the noodles and I got my cheese grated and I put some milk in a saucepan and add the melted cheese and it was soup. So I kept adding more and more cheese and it never thickened up until I used like an entire 1 pound block of cheddar cheese. My mom was less than thrilled at me. I remember her coming home and was like, flour, Elizabeth, flour.
Flour is a natural thickener.
It is, it's a thickening agent. It's very useful if you're making a gravy or a sauce of any kind. Okay, so here is our dough. Maddie, you want to zoom on in on that? It is about 1/4 of an inch thick.
If you turn your thing back on, I can invite you.
And so I'm going to grab,
Yeah.
you can use regular oil to do this. I'm going to spray it down actually with some spray oil real fast. You could take some melted butter. That
Why
would be
didn't
really
you
good.
do butter?
Yeah,
Butter, Mama,
I
butter.
know. I find this to be the easier method, and I'm really spraying it on here, but that's okay.
Butter is the best.
It is. Butter is definitely the best. I will also just do the teeniest bit of actual oil in here too.
Nobody else will join.
Wow, teeniest bit. Itty bitty.
Spread that over. This is a very simplified version of lamination, actually. So what we're going to do is
Tell them what that is.
Lamination is when you layer fat in the rolls of your dough to
It's just a person. It's just
to create fluffy little layers as you cook it.
I can't.
Okay, so large circle, 1 teaspoon of vegetable oil over the surface of the dough. Roll the dough up into a long roll. Long roll. That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, he's a noisy kid when he games, isn't he? Is he bothering you guys? It's okay. I hope not.
What if I do clear history? What would that do?
Just rolling it up.
Like a cinnamon bun.
Like a cinnamon bun. Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Oh, okay, that's much easier.
So,
Hey, we can play some Marvel. If you want to. I'm open from 5 to... Actually, not. I'm usually on at like 7 because that's when my parents get done with work and then I can get on the computer.
yeah, if any of you guys want to play Sea of Thieves with my son, just message me, let me know. We'll set something up. He's actually pretty good at the game.
I'm not that great, Mom.
He's
Mom
not that
just
bad.
made a video for her work and she's mentioning me in it because I'm playing Sea of Thieves.
Okay. So it says to cut this into about 8 to 10 pieces. So I've got 2 pieces here. They're about 18.
And then I can invite you to my game.
So 9. Yeah, we'll cut like this.
Yeah. Yep.
Just cut 2 really big ones for me. My deal with her was if I eat cauliflower, which I despise, then I get 2 pieces of the bread. That's what I call it because y'all know I can't speak. My
Roti.
pronunciation to just about anything in life is crap.
I know, you get that from me. You all know that I cannot speak Spanish to save my life, but my Indian pronunciation's not the worst thing on the face of the earth.
I don't see anybody.
Priscilla said that she's going to watch this video and learn how to cook, and then I will then watch her videos and learn how to speak Spanish.
Give me a second.
I think more it'll be Elizabeth tries to speak Spanish, can't say anything right, and everyone gets to laugh. But I know my role in this game, and I accept it.
I could try.
I'm the comic relief while you guys learn different things. That's okay. I'm okay with that. All right. All these little beautiful pieces of dough, aren't they adorables?
Cinnamon.
So you see that we have these different layers here, and they're separated by oil. So later I'm going to flatten them and roll them out, and then we're going to cook them on high, and it will give actual little layers to our bread. You'll see that in a little bit. So again, we're going to let this rest for about 5 minutes. So see you guys in about 5 minutes.
No.
I'm dying.
Yes, I do mouse and keyboard.
Tis become fluffy.
I am.
So it's 5 minutes to get the chana masala on the stove top. I'm just using canned masala because I'm lazy, or it's 9 o'clock at night, or I don't have all the ingredients. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why I'm using jarred masala. But it's not hard to make your own. I highly recommend it to you guys.
I'm sorry, I used
Take the time.
person.
What we're doing is just, and that one was a little bit too thin. I cut that one. Some of these are going to be better than others, obviously.
I want the best ones. I'm comedic, mother. She doesn't approve.
This is technically my dad's account, but I play on it. I play a lot of the Xbox. I play a lot of this game because I like it.
So the oil in here, I put a little too much in, I think. So that's when my dough is a little bit breaky. It'll still pop up. It'll still be good, I think. We'll see. Maybe it won't. Maybe this will be horrible. Maybe you guys are gonna be like, oh, this is the worst video ever. Maybe then I'll have to like not post it and just post something else.
I think she's insisting that this would be my fault for my poor camera
not her fault at
womanship.
all. Although I did have her check to make sure she actually recorded the first bit.
I did record
She
it.
did record it.
It was just that it was connected to the speaker, and so I couldn't hear anything. And I was like, then I made Dad help me.
No, you get Ashen Chest.
Ooh, you guys said we could watch Lock and Key. Can we still watch that?
Don't you want to watch Nailed It, or did you already watch it all today? When you
No,
were asleep?
I actually stayed off. I really wanted to, but I was a good child and I didn't.
Yeah, so what do you think of the school that you have to do, Maddie?
My homeschool? You mean that schedule in the fridge that tells me that I must do work? I hate it.
Why?
I mean, I understand why it's useful and why it's important, but I don't want it.
Why don't you want it?
I suppose that it's just because it's more work than I feel like I can put in without stressing myself.
What's the work that you got to do?
I don't know. It's just solving a math problem is hard.
But it's Northwest, yes. I think so.
So I know some of you guys have been telling me that your teachers have already been sending you work for your AP exam that you can study on. So you could be studying for the AP test, Maddie.
Girl, do I look like a high schooler to you?
What do you do?
Just saying.
What do you use though?
So in the oven here we got our cauliflower going. I'll make a sauce up for that in a minute. We have our chana,
I go smash them.
chickpeas, garbanzo beans. Probably my favorite bean there is.
Yeah. That's literally my whole reason.
It's supposed to poof up.
One of them blows up in the wrong spot.
Like immediately?
Mm.
Well, you just turned on the pan. It's not even that hot yet.
Oh, it's hot.
Just to kill like a wave of skeletons. Then you can just find one. Okay, yep, that soup is coming in. That soup is coming in.
Tis
hot.
poofing.
It's close. It's close. It's close.
It's poofing some.
No, I'm not joking. It's close. I can
Be
see it.
kind to her. She's trying. Tis
I've
poofing.
fought this guy's already once, so we're probably fine. Yeah, I've definitely fought this guy's. Okay, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna roll them. Clean them. Oh, I'm gonna miss. I think he got me, but
See, it's
they have a
poofing.
back,
It
they
just
have a
takes
back,
time.
I can lose. I snapped one.
It's kind of like a pancake.
They have actually trash. Did you just see that?
Yeah, the first one's never quite right.
One of them tried to one
Mm-hmm. And that's the one you feed to the birdies.
hit him.
Or the dog.
No. No. Madeline is too refined. Skeptical.
I don't think anyone is believing that one, darling.
Okay, maybe refined is the wrong word. Picky.
They just keep on coming back, so they keep on just. So annoying.
them, those ones would die from it or get sick. Although, to be fair, they've eaten bags of chocolate and they're fair. Don't mock me, rude.
To be fair.
That one has eaten bags of chocolate and yet somehow she is perfectly fine.
They're rescue dogs. They're immortal.
Oh, you're right. Wait, no, they're not. If only Bear had been immortal.
Bear was an excellent, excellent dog.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the most excellent dog I've ever had.
He protected me when Howie would scare me and I go run on the futon and try and hide from him.
And the thing is, he did not like you.
He didn't? That
He
is so sad.
did not like children. But he recognized that you guys were a pack and that he was going to take care of you.
Now what's not
No, we're fine. We haven't been showing it at all.
This is why we need a tripod. I'm not good at this.
Can't pause. I got a perfect squad. I can't get it. I can't pause.
Did you see Ned's Instagram post with baby running away with a tripod? Or no, it was in the YouTube video, wasn't it?
This one kind of broke. But all this is going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to scoop up.
I missed my phone. But it's they're getting hit by a cannonball.
So you see the little layers in there and everything?
Mm-hmm.
How floofy it got?
They're literally running.
Floofy?
They're running.
Yes, I know.
You have to feed me.
Olive did.
Oh, I forgot how good this was.
It's really good, isn't it?
They had to flag up, dude. They had to flip it over.
All right. So I'm not going to make you guys sit here and watch me make 10 rotis. They are puffing up, but I'll give you a shot at the end of our finished dinner. All right, see you in a minute. All right, upper bound. Here's my finished dinner. I got my chana masala. I got my lovely roasted cauliflower and my roti. The great thing with roti is you can just tear it and scoop it and use it like this. All right, I'm gonna go watch Nailed It. Have a good night.